salvaged and abandoned vehicles in the state of Texas than anywhere else in the country. Thousands hit the auction blocks each week. It's a gold mine for those willing to stomach the risk. The right flip can turn a clunker into tens of thousands of dollars. Or leave you saddled with a pile of scrap metal. On this episode of Texas Car Wars,
building race cars is what we love to do.
the auctions get personal.
The gloves are coming off, and I'm gonna slap you upside the face.
It's about time we show these guys we mean business.
One garage takes a gamble.
I have a mean green vision.
It's a $6,500 car.
I can do $9 grand.
I'm not trying to make you rich.
While others get more than they bargained for.
This is frustrating the hell out of me. There's something I haven't told the guys that I need to.
And one faces a serious challenge.
It's pretty bad.
If you're looking for a junker to flip, you don't have to go far in Central Texas to find a car auction. But you'll have to outbid some of the local garages if you want to win.
I'm hungry for a car. I don't work on any late model crap, anything that got computers. They don't have any class. They don't look worth a damn. You know, there's a lot of nice other cars out there, but none of them can come close to a Rodriguez car. There's not even room for these turkeys to compete. Anytime I go to a store, I can always come out and see wherever the hell my car is, no matter what, you know, because they just stick out like a sore thumb.
Let's not get attached to any of these cars. Dude, I never get attached. I'm pure business. What's all right? The giggles? Yeah.
You're pure sugar, dude.
It's a C.
Thank you.
We're on a streak with these car flips, and no other garage is gonna stand in our way.
You know, I'm never, ever worried or concerned about Tommy. But keep an eye on Frank. He likes to send his little recon out to see what we're doing. He's so worried about us.
I've been biding my time, but today, it's time to put the pedal to the metal.
Dude, I'm going today to kick Frank's butt.
Should have stayed in college, Dennis. I could have been a neurosurgeon.
I could be doing a lot of things, but I love flipping cars for fast cash.
You could have been a neurosurgeon too, man. I've seen you scatter a quadrijet carburetor. Yeah. And I guarantee your brain doesn't have as many moving parts. Yeah.
Today's auction is at a junkyard near Buick, Texas. And if you want a chance to turn some quick cash on a car flip, you gotta play by the auction rules.
The rules of the auction are simple. You've got exactly 10 minutes to look at a car. Everything is sold as is, where is. There's no guarantees whatsoever. We don't want anyone starting the cars because we don't want any injuries. If you buy a car and it breaks in two halves, you own both halves.
Our next lot is the 1965 Buick Special. Got this little car here with a nice little car in its down.
The Buick Special started production in 1936 as a marquee entry-level full-size automobile. In the 1960s, the Special underwent a redesign, becoming an intermediate-sized car with a long front hood, elaborate chrome, and a spacious interior.
These cars are pretty sought after. People love convertible. It's got the whole air conditioning set up on it, man. That's awesome. Not all cars from this era had air conditioning, and it's hot as hell in Texas. This thing has my attention. This body doesn't look too bad. Whole load of trash in the interior. I really want to look inside that trunk. On these convertible tops, all the water runs right down into the body right there. I've got to open this trunk so I can get in it to see if it's got some rust in it.
Might be a dead body in there. Who knows?
There's no key. I got the key right here, Phil. Check it out real quick.
Yeah, but there's no mechanism inside of it.
Oh, yeah. How you like me now? Yeah.
Josh, your misspent youth has served you well, brother.
Damn, it's a lot of work, dude. It's not bad, though, for a convertible. There's some rust in the trunk of this car, but it's nothing we can't handle. I'm liking this thing. You know, I think there's money to be made here, Phil.
Yeah?
Josh likes what he sees. He's in on the Buick.
What is this, 65 Buick Special, man? I like that. Pull the dipping stick.
All that dirt in there.
That takes a whole lot of the wind out of my sail. This would be one worth building, though, man. A little convertible.
I love convertibles. They're a breeze to sell.
It's got the Astro ventilation.
You don't see these cars running around a lot. They're pretty rare, and they bring big money.
Did this thing come with a power top? I see hydraulic lines.
Well, they're busted. They look good yellow with a black interior and black top.
You read my mail, man.
I think Frank got a deal on a vat of yellow paint. He wants to paint everything yellow.
Oh.
Definitely needs a lot of work.
If it's cheap enough, we'll buy it. We bought stuff I've hated a lot worse.
Well, Frank sees some money to be made in this Buick, so he's in.
But look, it even states it on the fender. It's special.
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 And you're special, too, Ken.
I like convertibles.
Dude, the top's ripped.
The seats aren't bad, but they have to be redone. It's a lot of money on top alone. We got to pay a guy to install it, because I'm not going to install a convertible top.
I don't know. It's a convertible, and convertibles generally go
higher.
Higher. That's even, no matter what convertible it is.
Convertibles make money, plain and simple. This would be a great flip.
Yeah, we should put something into it. $700?
Atomic likes what they see, so they're gonna go for the Buick too.
Really? Let's be objective, all right?
We could use a compressor.
We could use a compressor, couldn't we?
The trunk is rusted out.
Is it really?
Grip rail's rusted out. Where the lock cylinder goes in the deck lid is rusted out.
Expensive.
Yes.
Not interested in the top.
There's holes
Everywhere?
everywhere.
This thing's a money pit. It would sell if it wasn't in such bad shape.
We'll go $75 on this one.
I don't want to bid 75 on this because we may have to go home with it.
I feel like I'm watching a scene from Grumpy Old Men.
If we accidentally got it at 50, we'd give the guy here 50 to keep it.
You guys wouldn't know cool if it slapped you in the face with a bat.
All right, let's get out of here.
Barrett Auto doesn't see any potential in this Buick, so they're out.
Let's go over and sell this car.
This car, it's my specialty. Everybody needs to back the hell up.
Josh, if you want to go at it, brother, let's go at it.
It's about time we show these guys we mean business.
Atomic bidding is like a gnat in your face.
Atomic, seriously, this is a man's game.
Josh, let's see you put your money where your mouth is.
Josh should go back to installing stereos.
I think Frank's hat is cutting off the circulation to his brain. Nice try, kiddies. Go back home. How bad you want it to hurt, Frank?
This is my favorite part.
Nice try, Frank. You guys are a joke.
This is seriously ridiculous.
The gloves are coming off, and I'm gonna slap you upside the face with them.
I know what you can do with this car. Rodriguez got it. You'll like this car. You'll make a good car out of that one.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna make some good money off this.
Josh, I'm always happy to turn your pockets inside out.
$1,450.
I love cash.
This thing is a peach, and I just picked it right off the tree.
Cut that close.
Dale! This car is gonna scream Rodriguez all over it once we get done with it.
Well, Josh is feeling good about this peach. Hopefully this Buick doesn't turn out to be more of a lemon once he gets it back to his garage.
What do you think of this heap, Richie? It's pretty good. I think we need to get the top redone. I feel like Harry and the Hendersons right now. This Buick might look like right now, but it's gonna look badass once we get done putting our touches on it. Go for it. Hold up, Bill.
You ready?
Hit it. That was it. Well, that don't sound too bad. The motor on this thing, it runs. So now we gotta do some body work, paint this thing a Rest Me Red, get a new top, interior, some rims and tires. This thing's gonna be off the chain.
Is this a manual top or does it have hydraulic?
Nah, it's got a hydraulic pump in the trunk. Yeah. It looks better already. The selling point of this car is going to be with this top down, so this interior just got to be immaculate. The seats and everything are in decent shape, so some good patterns to work off of.
Good idea.
Well,
Josh's plan is to give this Buick Special an updated look with a red-hot paint job, a new interior, and a new top.
then with the top, say about $2,500 for the whole bit.
With a budget of $2,500, Josh's total investment will be just under $4 grand. His gold price is $12,000, giving him a potential profit of just over $8 grand if they do this right.
We're gonna have our work cut out for us.
This will be one sweet ride if the boys can get it all done. Coming up on Texas Car Wars.
These guys would be better off if they just put their money in a pile and burned it.
Josh tries to land a sale.
I'm thinking 8. For $8 grand, I'd let my wife drive it.
It's another hot day in Texas, and it looks like all the garages are back for a car auction.
Here we are, 1996 Ford Mustang.
The Ford Mustang was introduced in 1964 and quickly became Ford's most successful launch since the Model A. In 1994, the Mustang underwent its third redesign to give it a more modern and sleeker look.
Check out this fine Econo Stang.
Dude, you know, as much crap as you talk about Mustangs, though, they sell.
Not if Atomic's working on them.
I don't trust this car as far as I can throw it.
Dude, there's one dent.
This car has a Demolition Derby number painted on it. I wish they followed through with that.
Bet it runs, man.
What spidey sense is telling you that it runs? Exactly. Please explain to me what makes you think this runs right now.
It's got a gut feeling.
Oh, that's what it is.
Marty, how much money do you have to lose before you stop listening to your gut?
If it did run, I would say yeah, but honestly, I don't want to take that gamble.
We would spend $3 grand trying to fix this thing, and we'd only be able to sell it for $3 grand, so what's the point?
I'm looking at $1,500 in motor and tram.
Dude, how do you know it's bad? Because some wrote it on the windshield?
No, I know it's bad because it looks like someone left a grenade in it.
Look at it, man. We got 4 good tires on this sucker. All right, we got 3 good tires on this thing. Oh, all right, so we got 2 good tires and a donut.
Oh.
So we're gonna do 900?
5. He would spend $1,000 on this thing right now. I can see the look in his eye.
Mustangs, they have a huge cult following. They sell quick, they sell easy.
5.
900.
5.
Screw Ken and Mike. We're gonna get this car and make some money. We're gonna do 5-ish, okay?
Well, Atomic is gonna have to go with the Mustang. They're in.
Is this what they're trying to sell today? Nah, hell no. I can think of 13 reasons why this car would never make it in my driveway. This thing's a turd. Look at this junker. It's gonna be a good car for Beepin' Holly or somebody else, man. You know, the stereo in this Mustang, it might actually give Atomic something they can fix.
Josh, the auto electronics scale you?
I don't even want to spend time touching this thing. I feel like I'm cheating on myself. I really like the old classic Mustangs from the 60s and 70s, but once they started getting into this plastic bumper kind of crap, I just really lost my love for them. They have no appeal. Junk.
This Mustang is 3 decades too new for Josh. He's not going for it.
Lucky number 13, boys. We can do Mustangs, and this car could be lucky number 13.
We'll see about that.
Code E9. I hate this color.
Did you hear Leslie?
Hate this color.
E9. He knows the color code.
Interior will clean up nice.
Yeah, my gosh. Like it hasn't been changed since it was new.
Guys. Mustangs are a draw for younger buyers, so that means that they usually haven't been maintained.
We would be the only ones to know what to do with a motor like this, because nobody knows late model stuff like we do.
Oh, I can smell that from here. I can smell that from here. That's burnt.
This car has been neglected, but if anybody can fix it, Beep can. All right,
We are gonna get this car.
moving on up.
Beep and Holly see some potential in this little Ford. They're gonna go for it.
Remember I told you I didn't want any more old cars? Yeah, this car's been on the road fairly recent. Check the training. Smell burnt?
No, it smells like race transmission fluid pretty much.
You're taking car advice from one of your bouncers.
Check the oil.
Yeah, I think that's...
Is that from Saudi or Venezuela?
That's Venezuela.
Man, Frank, this thing's even got brand new brake pads on it. Seats aren't ripped up, headliner's good.
It's got all the bells and whistles, man.
All the trim. We got everything we need in this car, Frank.
Everything you need except a good car.
I don't even give a shit what else is out here. There's a quick flip. And it's a GT. If it was a 6-cylinder, I wouldn't care.
Frank thinks this Mustang is gonna be an easy flip, so he's in.
Let's sell the car. I'm gonna give it
Let's figure out how bad Frank wants this one.
You're not winning this, Marty, so why try?
Atomic, instead of spending money on this car, why don't you hire a mechanic for your garage?
Yes, sir. You're on top.
Frank, let's see how much money you brought today.
They're bidding on this thing like it's a real car.
I like with Frank, but this is making me nervous.
What are you doing? Not here, not today.
Marty, I'm gonna park this car up your ass if you don't stop.
These guys would be better off if they just put their money in a pile and burned it.
Good luck, guys. Have fun losing money on this thing.
I told you we were gonna own that car.
There's no better feeling than watching Frank spend way too much money on a car.
Frank, $1,300.
Here.
A wheel?
A wheel.
If this car starts, this is gonna be the fastest flip in Texas.
Come on, baby girl.
With the spare on, the car running, it's just about road ready. I'm gonna flip this car so fast, it's gonna make your head spin.
Rolling nothing but 7s today.
Frank's feeling pretty lucky about this Mustang, but he still has to see if his luck holds up back at the garage.
Let's get the thing off and figure out what all we got to do.
I want to.
What the hell's the matter with it?
Ain't got reverse.
That's not a good sign.
Hang on, let's check the fluid on it, man.
Yeah.
A little burnt.
That fluid smells burnt, man.
It's a bad draining on it.
Ruh-roh.
Well, we figured out why it's in the junkyard. The transmission's bad.
That's money I wasn't planning on spending.
Let's figure out what we need. Number one, we need a tranny.
It's got a little bit of body work needs to be done. Yeah, circle all the dents, man.
You want me to circle all of them?
I can't believe they didn't steal the stereo out of this thing, man. That's a strong selling point. That's another $500 right there. We're gonna make this one fast flip because I think we can make some money on this.
We need a hood, a new transmission, some paint, and she's ready to flip. We're gonna farm out what few things this Mustang needs to make this flip quick and easy.
The only thing we're gonna do on that car ourselves, we're gonna clean it up.
I have a mean green vision for this car. Steve McQueen drove a '68 Mustang in the movie Bullet, and we're gonna replicate it.
Painted that hunter green, put some bullet wheels on it. I want to make this a Bullet tribute car.
Frank's plan is to make this car a tribute to the Bullet Mustang and to do it as quick and easy as possible.
I think that's what we need to do, man.
His rebuild budget is $2850, giving him a total expense of $4150. Once they're done, Frank's hoping to sell his Mustang for 10 grand, giving him a potential profit of almost 6 grand.
Man, it's looking better already.
Back at Rodriguez, the boys have been working on a '65 Buick. They hit a snag when they discovered that putty had been used to patch up dents in the body of the car.
The truth comes out. Look at that. We're finding a lot of Bondo all over this car. The more Bondo and crap we keep finding on this thing, you know, it's just running the bill up on me. But it's upsetting because all we got to do now is just go back and try to fix the wrong that somebody else has already done to this thing.
After removing all the Bondo, they banged out the dents, fixed the rust bucket of a trunk, and put on a fresh coat of red paint. Now they only have some finishing touches, and this car is ready to flip.
This car, you know, it's been sitting up a really long time, and it had some really funky gas in it.
Well, that's a little gas.
Some stinky-ass gas. Godly. Pretty gnarly. Right now, I've got Peel draining the bad gas out of the back of the car, and that should be our last hurdle to get this thing running nice.
With the bad gas drained, all the boys have to do is give their paint one last buff and install the new seats to have this beauty ready for a buyer.
Nice. I've got a guy that's going to be heading out of town soon that wants to look at this car before he leaves. We got to get this thing buttoned up so we can take it down to his business and have him check it out. All right, try to fire it up. Keep going. Right now, I don't know what the hell's going on. Hit it. Go. Oh, this thing's spitting fireballs at me. Years of engine crud and everything are just firing up and smoking all in my face. I've got to get this thing done so we can get paid. All right, well, yeah, we still got a little bit of work left to do on the car. Right now, I'm calling the potential buyer to try to stall him out a little bit. Let me just go ahead and bang on this thing this afternoon and see if we can get everything knocked out. I hope this guy's patient. Still got a lot of play on it. It's not a good day for me. Let's try to rush to get this done.
Hopefully, Josh can get this figured out in time, or he may just lose this sale. Coming up on Texas Car Wars.
We're gonna throw a bunch of money in and scare off these losers.
Beep breaks the news.
You deal with it and you move on.
To the right garage, a junkyard clunker is just cash waiting to be made. All you gotta do is outbid the competition if you want to be the one to flip it for a profit.
All right, our next car, the 1964 Ford Falcon.
The Ford Falcon began its race into the marketplace in 1960, becoming an immediate sensation for its fuel economy and low price tag. Dubbed a small car with a big car feel, it's known for being the inspiration for the popular Ford Mustang.
Mr. Falcon. Oh my God.
Holy cow, I got a little thumpy-thump motor in this thing.
Something. The 302 engine, parts are readily accessible, and they're cheap. It's a good build.
If Frank gets this car, you might as well put mothballs in it. It's gonna be boring as hell.
Hey guys, diamond tucked interior. That'll take you back to the 60s.
Yeah. Man, this car is straight. It's straight, man. All the glass is good.
If this car is put together right, it could be worth $20,000.
Come on.
How you like that one?
I like this car.
Frank is feeling this Falcon. He's gonna go for it.
Well, the body on it's pretty straight. It's 5 lug. That means it's factory V8. Look, somebody got some Mickey Thompson done to this sucker already. You know, I'm seeing the wheels on this car, and it's got 5 lugs instead of 4. That's telling me that originally this was a V8 car and not a straight 6. They're worth some more money. Yeah, it's had a badass little intake and everything, dude. Somebody used this car as a race car, man. Judging by their work under the hood, it looked like they must have just barely cobbled it together and dogged the out of it. This car would make a really nice hot rod, but somebody's already been in this thing trying to do that, and they just made one hell of a mess.
Josh would know all about that.
Pulling out aces today, baby. All the work that's been done to it's just kind of janky. This thing isn't a Falcon anymore. It's more like a pigeon. I'm not digging it, man.
Me neither. No way.
Josh isn't digging this Falcon, so he's out.
64 Falcon.
Yeah, the paint is crap.
Interior doesn't look too bad.
Guys, this is awesome. It only has one windshield wiper. That tells you right there. It's a race car.
It's right on.
I've been looking for an excuse to build a race car, and this car is it.
What's under the hood?
Who cares? We got plenty of engines to choose from.
Of course you got plenty of engines to choose from. Beep's been collecting them since they came out.
We could do a little strip car. This thing's gonna take too much time and money to put it back on the street.
Yeah.
This little Falcon could make a great drag car, and drag cars can make tens of thousands of dollars on resale.
We could take it down to the track and put a for sale sign on it.
You guys might be able to make a drag strip for the carpool lane, but not the drag strip.
All right, let's,
All right, so much for nap time.
Barrett has a plan to turn this Falcon into a racer, so they're in.
This is cool.
The interior looks pretty good. The interior's actually pretty cool.
Not too bad. Dash isn't bad. That's pretty clean.
Every car we see, the interior is trashed, and this car, it's beautiful. It's got the diamond pattern, the seats are comfortable, great for making babies.
I think I can retaste my meal.
I'm actually stuck.
Oh. Marty, can you just lay off the donuts?
See, there's a hole right here, but
How many atomic guys does it take to open a hood?
That's just broken.
There you go.
what is it? Like a 302?
The engine on this car isn't bad. It actually looks pretty good. We can make a lot of money on this. I love the grill, dude. I love the body line on the side. I want this car.
Walk away, Mark.
What do you mean walk away?
Because you like it too much.
Looks like this Falcon has caught Atomic's eye. They're in.
Let's roll the car. 200. He's always on 2. 3.
It's go time.
Beep, I'm going home with the car.
We're gonna throw a bunch of money in and scare off these losers. Go get him, Mike.
$700. No, wait, he jumped you.
You really want to show your hand this early, guys? Is that all you got?
No, let's run it up.
It's time for Tommy to go play in the sandbox.
Up your jelly roll, Frank.
I've been hanging back, but it's time to put the pedal to the metal.
Where you been, Beep? I thought you left.
Why do people throw good money at bad cars?
I have been waiting to build a race car like this, and I am not backing down.
I can see Beep wants this. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to poke at Beep, literally.
1300.
Keep pushing, Frank. We'll see how well that goes.
13. Come on, Frank. 13. See what you started. 14.
Call off your Wookiee, Frank. He doesn't scare us.
14.
Now this is amusing.
13.50. 13.50. Cost you a little bit more money if you want. 14.
These people need a checkup from the neck up. They've lost their damn mind.
14. 15.
We got this.
If you want 15, now half. 1500, 15 and a half. 15 and a half. 15, all in, all done. You chicken, bark. 15 and a half. You done, Frank?
I ran him up far enough.
1500. I can't wait to see what you got to do with this car.
Good luck making that Falcon fly, Beep. That's the biggest pile of bird poop I've ever seen. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you today?
Good.
I'm psyched. The Falcon is a great score.
Okay, working.
We have a plan to make this into a race car, and it will be bad to the bone.
Well, Beep's feeling the time is finally here to make his race car. Now that he's back at the garage with the 64 Falcon, it's time to see what it's gonna take to make this Falcon into one mean race car.
So, yeah, the floor is gone.
Just cut all this old rotten crap out and just go in with a sheet metal floor.
I have a certified drag race chassis in storage that I've been saving for a special build, and this is gonna be it.
Fenders are good. I don't think we're gonna need any body. I'm not even interested in seeing what's here because I've got a lot of big block stuff.
We're putting my 557 big block in this thing. This car is gonna be one of the baddest cars that we've built.
Beep's race car plan for this Falcon means they're just about doing a complete rebuild. With a chassis and engine ready to go, they're going to save a good amount of money. But they still have to order a new hood, put in new parts, and get it looking nice.
We're real excited about this car, so I'm gonna order some parts and get this thing going.
Their rebuild budget is set at $3,000, putting their all-in expense at $4,500. Beep is hoping to get at least $27,000 for it when it's done. giving them a potential profit of $22,500.
Okay, $139 for new glass.
How come we're doing this instead of Holly? We kind of screw this up every time we do it.
Yeah, we do.
Before we start this rebuild, there's something I need to talk to the guys about that I haven't told them.
I need to talk to you and Danny.
Okay, let's go.
I know you have thought a lot about why Holly's been in and out, and I know you guys are a little concerned about what's going on. So it's a little hard to talk about. We just found out that Holly has breast cancer. She went and got checked.
How bad?
It's pretty bad. The oncologist told us we're at a stage 3, and we need to get a move on. I'm gonna need some help from you guys.
We'll just do what we have to do.
So,
I mean, it's simple as that.
We're a family, man. We're here.
I appreciate that.
We're here. We got you. We got it.
We have 2 kids, we don't have insurance, but we are determined that this is not gonna beat us.
What if we try to put together a publicized drag race to bring awareness to breast cancer?
We had a great idea for the Falcon rebuild. We're gonna put on a race, showcase the Falcon showing what it can do, and then we're gonna auction it off so that we can pay for Holly's medical expenses. From this point on, Holly is our inspiration, and we're doing it for her.
Back at Rodriguez, Josh and the boys fixed a pesky idle timing issue with the engine and got it running.
Hell yeah.
Now all they have to do is clean it up, and this Buick is ready to flip.
Let's do it. We got the Buick looking great, and we got this thing dialed in, running smooth. Now it's time to drive it downtown and sell it to a local business owner that wants to put it out in front of his restaurant.
Well, Josh made this 65 Buick into one nice-looking ride. This convertible is a red-hot head-turner.
She runs like a pup, smooth, and you have no problems with this car.
Should we take this puppy for a little spin?
I think so.
Just beautiful, man. Doesn't get much better than this.
Josh went $500 over budget, dropping a total of nearly $4,500 into the Buick Special. Now he's hoping to flip it for $12,000.
Well, what'd you think?
So let's talk about what you want for it.
I'm at 16.5 on it, man.
I'm thinking more along 8.
Whoa, whoa. For $8,000, I'd keep this thing and let my wife drive it.
Well, I was hoping to take it for 8 and let my wife drive it. What about 10?
I know you want it, man. Your wife's gonna be mad if this thing goes home to me.
12.
Let's do 14.
Can't do it. You gotta come down a little bit.
13,000, let's call it a deal. I know what this car's worth, and there's no way I'm gonna let him talk me down on this price.
12.5.
Meet me in the middle, 12,750.
12,750.
12,750.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew.
With a sale price of almost $13,000, Josh beat out his gold price, giving him a profit of $8,300. That's not bad at all.
That should be 12.75.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Coming up on Texas Car Wars.
Everything has to go.
Beep's under a time crunch.
You don't know how strong you can be until strong is the only option.
With the transmission fixed, Frank's ready to have this 96 Mustang painted and looking nice.
It's cheaper to hire a wrecker to tow this from the transmission to the paint shop than to feed Block and Dennis.
I think the color is hunter green.
All I've got to do is paint it hunter green, and it'll be a bullet replica Mustang.
I don't see any hunter green, but
It's sort of like this.
Forest
They
green.
hunt in the forest.
There you go.
Jason's a great paint and body guy, but he can only do so much without the hood. So I'm going to go round one up.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take this one.
Now that we have a hood, all we have to do is clean it and get it over to Jason so he can finish the paint job.
Hey, Block, will you get that hood and wash it down?
Block is going to run the hood over. Jason's going to finish the paint. We're going to put wheels and tires on it. This bullet Mustang will be ready to sell.
What happened? Man, I'm talking on the phone. I back over it. That sucks. It's my fault.
Well, it looks like I'm going to run the hood over.
Stuck on stupid, man.
Well, Frank, looks like you need another hood. Back at Barrett Auto, the boys have been hard at work on the Falcon race car for Holly.
We gotta get this tank out of here. The first thing we're gonna do is pull the body off this old frame and put it on the race car chassis that I already have for it.
Hit me, mama.
We're on a gas line. We have fuel coming out. Y'all cut off. That's probably good grade.
Well, we're lowering the body down onto the chassis, and it looks like it's gonna be a tight fit.
We need to really watch those tires.
Watch your fingers. How are the tires? They clear?
Yeah, that's good.
It was looking tight, but it fits like a glove.
That is a dang good fit, you guys.
We officially have a roller.
You guys, that looks bad to the bone. Hello? Hey, sugar.
You gonna do a haircut?
Oh. Do you want me to turn you off the speakerphone? Okay.
Holly started chemo, and she's having a hard time losing her hair. She wants to go ahead and shave her head here at the garage with the family.
Are you ready, Mommy?
Uh-huh.
I have seen that it is all about attitude. It's not something anybody wants to go through. It's life, you deal with it, and you move on.
Babe, this is the best. This is the best thing. You're doing it absolutely right.
Damn, you're sexy, girl.
I'd rather lose my hair than lose my life. I'm gonna be here to watch Colby and Bryson grow up, and if I have to be bald for a little while, bring it. Cancer picked the wrong chick, and I'm gonna kick its butt, and you're gonna see.
Back at old school, Frank found a new hood for the Mustang and has it back from paint. All he has left is to put on the finishing touches before his potential buyer shows up to check it out.
I got a buyer. He's going to be blown away with this bullet.
Skip, what's up, buddy? Hey, Block, bring that thing out here.
Frank's quick flip turned out looking all right. It's one nice bullet tribute Mustang.
I saw the movie, but I don't think Steve McQueen was driving that one.
You know, now, you got to drive the car before you start backing me up.
Frank stayed on track with his rebuild budget of $28.50, putting his total expense at $41.50. The goal price he's looking to get is an even 10 grand.
Frank, I will give you credit. The car will run. The fit and finish leaves a lot to be desired. I think that's a $6,500 car, Frank.
Captain Skip's not feeling the Mustang, but he's not the first hard case I've ever dealt with.
I can do 9 grand.
I'm not trying to make you rich.
I'm not trying to get rich. I just want to make a little taste. I tell you what I'll do. One time, $8,500.
I'm going into full bull mode.
AC doesn't blow cold.
Blows cool.
Interior needs a little bit of work.
The whole car needs a little TLC. I grant you.
I believe 7,000 is as high as I want to go in that vehicle. Now, we try to do a deal.
We try here. You can't say I didn't work him.
I'm going to give you one more offer. $7,500 cash, and that car's down to Road Motors.
You own it, man.
I'll make it work.
With a sale price of $7,500, Frank closed the deal $2,500 under his goal price, but still made a profit of $3,350.
That's what we call a quick flip.
That's right. That's right.
Back at Barrett Auto, the boys have finished painting the Falcon and are preparing to install Beep's 557 big block engine.
We found out that one of the biggest racing events in Central Texas is happening in less than a week. And we're gonna hop on that instead of trying to create our own event, but that means we only have a few days to get this rebuild done.
I'm rolling on 3 cylinders.
I don't know how we're gonna get this done, but we're gonna do it for Holly. This Falcon has to be ready to race in time.
Barrett really needs some sleep. Probably don't want to have your hand directly underneath that when you shove that wire in there, do you? You need a duck?
God, that hurt like a bug.
I am so proud of Beep and what he has done with this Falcon. They have been pushing themselves to get this car done in time, and I am just so worried about how tired they are.
Coming up on Texas Car Wars. Barrett races to the finish.
25 down, 25, 5, 27, 5, 27.
Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
This was such a quick flip, we had some extra time on our hands.
Now's your chance. So you didn't beat me.
It was time for me and Dennis to get out and settle an old score.
I'm glad Dennis and Block are finding a more productive way to work through their arguments than yelling at each other.
Where you at, Block? Way behind me, ain't you?
I like ballet.
Yeah.
Well, the boys at Barrett Auto managed to install the Falcon's new engine in time for the race, but they haven't had a chance to test it to see how well it runs yet.
If we live through today, we'll be in church tomorrow.
We have worked our butts off on this thing and have not had a chance to test it. But we've got to get going if we're going to the race today.
Anybody bring a toothbrush?
Beep and the boys have done one fine job on this Falcon. This is one mean race car.
Not bad for a couple of old guys.
This Falcon runs and looks good. There's still a lot of little things to do to it, but hopefully it runs the race today.
Yeah, this thing is awesome, man. Good job, you guys did a great job. Thank you. Well, so Richie's got his little coupe right here.
Josh and Richie are running their mouths about their little race cars, so I challenged them to a race in the Falcon today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Let's go play. You ready to go put the hurting on him?
I can't wait to take this car down the track.
Hi, baby.
Hey.
Good race.
Well, we didn't win the race today. The Falcon just wasn't ready.
If you'd have had more time to put into it, this thing probably would have whooped our pants. We'll do this again.
Yeah.
It ain't the last time.
All right.
This thing has so much potential, and it is gonna go for a good price.
Beep's all-in expense for this Falcon is almost $5 grand, but his goal price is a hefty $27,000.
I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out here today. We're going to be selling a 1964 Ford Falcon. This car will be auctioned off today to help Holly from Barrett Auto Care. Everybody ready? Do it. All right, let's do it. 10,000. I'm going to get 10, 10,000. 10, 12, 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 pounds.
The auction is really off to a good start, but we need to pay the expenses on this build and Holly's medical bills.
20 pounds, 20 pounds, 22 pounds, 22 pounds, 2 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds, 27 pounds, 27 pounds, 28, 8 pounds, 28, 8, now 9, 29, 29 pounds, 9 pounds, 29. I got 28,000 bids, 29.
29? Hat off.
She wants to know if she gets sympathy bids. Hey, it's chilly. Can you believe in Texas it's cold today? 28,000, 29, 9, here I can handle in, 29, 29, 5, 9, 5, 29, 5, 29, 5, 1 pound, 29, 5, 29 pounds, now 30, 30 pounds, out of 30 pounds, out of 30 pounds, out of now 5, 30 pounds, 31 pounds, 30 pounds and 5. Last and final call, 30 pounds 5, and I have sold $30,000, sorry, $30,000. The buyer's 201, the buyer's number 201, thank you, sir, we appreciate you greatly.
With a $30,000 sale, Barrett ended up $3,000 over their goal price, giving them a profit of over 25 grand.
These guys right here.
There's all the crew right there. Let's put this car together, guys.
After all the sales, Barrett Auto's on top, with a profit of over $25,000 to apply to Holly's medical bills.
Don't take my car!
It's okay.
In the cancer battle, you will find out what people are made of.
You find it in your heart, you find it in your pocket. I would sure appreciate it if you want to walk right by the car. Whatever money you lay in the driver's seat will go 100% to Holly.
And boy, do you find out. I am so thankful for everyone's love and support. It is so amazing that all the other garages came out. It has been an amazing day, and I will forever be grateful.